So it's really hard to talk about Snowplow in particular, which is the next slide. How does Snowplow support data governance without talking about the most essential core part of Snowplow itself, which is the events that trackers send to the pipeline. So the Snowplow payload, right? What does it look like? This is quite important as we go on with this discussion in the demo itself, in fact. So such a payload contains what we call canonical properties, things such as your screen properties for a website or application IDs, trackers, versions, and so on. Those canonical properties are north of 100, I think. And then you have the event itself, for example, a transaction. And you also have context that is attached to that event. In this particular case, you would expect that you have a user entity, or we call that context entity, by the way, entities. So you have a user entity, you have a product entity, potentially more. It is important to note that those entities are reusable. And I think this is, at least in my opinion, one of the superpowers of Snowplow, that you have this way to think about composing events, composing structures, and you can reuse the user property entity and the product entity. Either someone is looking at the product or someone is purchasing a product. So this flexibility is quite important, and actually, again, to me, a super